around maybe 15-20 minutes ago. All of a sudden, that's um, that's what I'm wanting to know. Did it just happen to you? Because I felt it and I thought, oh my gosh, what's going on? That's what I felt, you all, and I'm wondering, did you feel it too? Shabbat Shalom, Charles. Yes, it's like you can be fine 1 minute. Hello. You fine 1 minute, then the next minute, there goes your energy. Poof. It's like a big old vacuum coming. Someone described it as an ether something like that, you all, if you just felt it. Hello. So I'm out here. I said I got to get up because I got exhausted all of a sudden, you all. It's like I got so sleepy and I said, oh no, I am not going to sleep. I am not. Um, did you feel it, you all, is what I'm wondering. What happened? Did you, around 20 minutes ago, maybe, all of a sudden I started getting really, really sleepy. And I'm thinking, what is going on? I'm not going to sleep. That's what I said. I'm not going to sleep. But my body felt so sleepy, I wanted to just lay down and go to sleep. And I'm wondering, did you feel that too? Um, you're suffering too tired and falling asleep. Around an hour ago for you all, yes. Sleepy and fatigue. I got a sweat bee flying around me, but that's okay. It must like me. It must like me, you all. Yes, it's like I'm not sure what's going on. I really ain't. I know that the frequencies they're off the they're off the scale. They're off the charts. I don't know what that Schumann resonance is doing today. I don't ever look at it, and it's kind of difficult for me to find the Schumann resonance. You slept most of the day. About an hour ago, you're so sleepy. Why you keep buzzing around me, B? Go, Gina, go. Yeah, well, hello there. Yeah. Naps, energy drain, and Ajita. What's Ajita? Because I'm not sure what Ajita is. Around a few minutes ago, you all. Yeah, it is like the energy literally gets sucked out. It's something is sucking out the energy, zapping. It is. It's zapping our aurora, our our energy field is being affected. Is what's happening. Oh, yesterday in the UK, vampires, shape-shifting people. Yes, we got some vampire shape-shifting entities. They can they can appear as a form of energy, and they could be invisible, but you can feel it. You can feel it. It's like all of a sudden you were fine, and then boom, it's just like you slow down for 1 minute. That's all it takes. If you slow down for 1 minute, that's all it takes, and it snatches that minute and then poof, pulls it right out of you. Can you imagine if you had a string at the bottom of you, and there's a string attached to your energy like a parachute or something, and it just like pulls it right out of you, like taking the wind out of your sails, making you so sleepy. That's right. Keep moving, you all. Yes, don't pause. You can't. That's the key. You've got to keep moving, even though you're tired, or you've been moving so much and you think, oh, well, I'll just sit down for a few minutes, and that's all it takes. That's when it gets you, and then you become lethargic. Then you become very, very sleepy, is what happens. You all, this is serious. You would normally be in an insomnia, but you're having been trouble sleeping longer than normally. Light code download, okay. Remember yesterday when we went to the SDO AIA 304 and 3 hours were missing? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday on the 21st. 3 hours of missing time around 6 something in the morning. Well, I found another product during that 3 hours, and it showed the frequencies, the signals are going across the latter part of it, you all. Boom, all the way across, some type of signal, some type of frequency being emitted during around that 6 in the morning time span. Something is definitely going on. Bad head pressure, problem with internet staying connected. You're up lately at 4 a.m. You just start thinking. Wow. You thought the adrenals were low or thyroid. You took your RX more than iron. No, I don't think it's your stuff's low. Something is zapping the energies. It's being stolen out of the ether. Or is that how they say it, the ether? It's being sucked right out of it. Sometimes definitely going off. You all, has anybody looked at that Schumann today? Is it spiking? Because it should be spiking a lot. And there might be a few days that it has not spiked, but it could be spiking. And I know it's probably behind. You have information and you get a detox. Who's going to get a foot detox? You lost your motivation. You just went to sit around, not like me at all. Odin Black Cat, yeah. 58, you sleep after you eat. You work outside construction and your energy is low. Well, you need your energy. But if you're out there in it, well, even it can penetrate the walls of your house. It can. It can penetrate the walls of your house. 1980, boom. Hard to focus. That's right, you all. And it is a struggle because you have got to push yourself. You got to keep pushing yourself against that which is trying to pull you down. It literally is like, if it could pull your whole body down, it would, like, pull it down until it's like there's nothing left of it. Till it like melts and melds. A poppy sleep. That's right. I thought about that too. Sleep, sleep. Now they'll sleep, is what she said. We don't want to be like that. We don't. It's 100 to 5 degrees every day. I remember one time I was walking out the door in Henderson, Nevada. When I was younger, in my 30s or 28 or so, 20s, I opened that door and it felt like I was walking into an oven. I think it got around 118 that day. And I thought, I'm going to fry an egg on the sidewalk, and I did. Fried an egg on the sidewalk. I bet it would have fried really good on the hood of a car. Hello, you all. Josie, you have no problem. Yeah. Is it as hard as HE double hockey sticks in Henderson, Nevada? You know, the only thing we would have to get cooled off is if we could go to Lake Mead and we'd swim in the Lake Mead. But then it's too low now. You can't do that. Or you can run around in your sprinklers. We be having hot flashes. Phoenix feels like a hair dryer, mama. Oh, no, Michelle. Susan, honey, you always wanted to try that, Gina. Susan, honey, what did you want to try? Oh, fry an egg on the sidewalk. Oh, it works. But you could really fry it good on a top of your vehicle. Just make sure it's clean. You could probably cook on it when it's that hot. If you ain't got no electricity, that's the next best thing. Cook your stuff on top of there if you can. With maybe a little bit of foil to make sure it stays into place. I think we're supposed to be having a cool front, but you all, yes, these energies, it's, I had energy, I did. And I sat down for 1 minute or so, and my eyes, I literally felt the draining coming out of my body. It's like something started coming over my whole body, and I thought, I am not. My body said, Gina, just go ahead and go to sleep. So I thought, well, I'll be honest with you. I thought, well, I'll just lay on this couch. Right before I came out here, I lay on the couch, just closed my eyes for a moment, and I thought, oh, wow, this feels nice. And I laid there for 1 minute, and I thought, no. What are you doing? No. I thought, this feels really nice. That bee is flying in front of me. And I got right back up, and I thought, if I'm feeling it, somebody else is feeling it. They're bound to be feeling it. It was a wasp trying to fly right in front of my phone is what it was doing. They are sending things down. There was a boom. Where was the boom heard, you all? Loud boom, like a sonic boom or something. Was that in Salt Lake City, Utah? Was that in Utah? And they said, oh, it was a meteor. It was a meteor thing falling in the middle of the day. Was that the boom that was heard? Was it that, you all? Like they said, oh, well, this is the Perseid meteor, the Perseid showers or something like that. You slept a lot this morning. It's hot in the desert. All the people driving. Something is trying to, oh my gosh, let me see that comment, because that literally just resonated with me. Rose Angels, something is trying to enter. That literally resonated with my spirit. Those words right there. Something is trying to enter. And we've been feeling its presence, trying to enter. That's deep. That is, yes, I am serious. Your comment, when I saw that phrase go up, it literally, boom, right there. Oh my gosh. What you missed, what you said, Gina. I said, did you get tired all of a sudden, like your energy is being drained from you? And if something is trying to enter, it needs our energy. Become weaker is what it needs. We need to become weaker in order for it to enter. And the only thing I can think of is pinpointing right towards CERN with their dark matter. They're looking for it, you all. They would love to pull it in, pull it right in, open that up. My feet's getting hot now. I got to take my shoes off, you all. I did have a dream. This was probably a few years back. In my dream state, there was like a big area of people, and they were standing outside in a fenced off area. The fences were as tall as this right here, maybe taller. A whole bunch of people outside in like a big old, if you could say a big old courtyard or something. But then when I went into the building, the people were inside the building, you know, in a big old area where you can gather and do this and that. And then there was these stairs. There was these stairs that went straight up. And at the top of those stairs, there was a door. It's kind of like a red door. And I saw something come down and started mingling around the people. And then it had went back up there. So I went up the stairs and I went at that door. I stood there at that doorway. And as I stood there, I saw like a portal. The doorway was like, you never see those movies where you stick your hand through the other dimension? That thing on the other side, it was a being, it was a demonic being, shape-shifting, trying to blend in with the people, get in there. And I stood up there at the top and I said, you're not coming through here. I actually had my rods. I have dowsing rods that I look for water with. I had my dowsing rods up there and I said, you're not coming through here. That's what I told it. And it kept trying to push its way through here. I said, you're not getting through here. I said, in the name of Jesus, you are not coming through here. And I stood at the top of those stairs with all those people were down there. I didn't want it to come through. So, so a little while later, I came down the stairs. I walked out of the room. When I walked back in, there it was. It had snuck down there because I walked away from the guarding of the door, from that doorway right there. And then I went right back up there, and it kept trying to reach its hand through, and it could not get through because this time I was not moving. I was not moving, you all. I was not going to let it get through that door. It wanted to get through, and it kept trying to push its body through. It could only get its hand out. But that was the weirdest dream I ever had like that concerning portals. So whoever said that, something is trying to enter. Was it Rose? Is that your name? That's that. When you said that, literally resonated with my spirit. And you're right. Something is trying to enter, and it needs our energy. It's draining our energy, is what it's doing. And we got to keep moving. We got to keep fighting back against it. Because if it can get us down and keep us down, it's going to have enough energy to enter. Sensitive to the spirit realm. That's right. We are feeling it more than others. That's true. It's time that we set aside the differences and beliefs and anchor in love. It is love. Love is the key. It is the key, you all. That's the one thing. Now I'm going to put my shoes back on. That's the one thing that binds us all together. It is. It's love. It's universal. And if they can divide us, we won't be strong. We won't be together strong. That's why we can't let them do that, you all. That's right. That's exactly right, you all. Oh my goodness gracious. It is spiritual warfare. That's right. Even, I think it was a few years back, I was speaking to somebody, I don't know, I came across them on the Facebook, and and they were practicing, I don't know what they were practicing. They were like, I want to say this in a good way. Witches. They said that they are a witch, but it's like the good witch and the bad witch. They had said in their circle, they had wrote this in a comment, they have been fighting whatever it is that's trying to enter, even them. They were trying to keep it back also, you all. That was a few years ago. Those people like that too. They were trying to keep it away. They was trying to hold it back. There's something going on. A lot going on, you all. That's right. We do need protection, and we got protection. We've got to, that's what we can't forget. We have protection from the spiritual realm. We do. Because with that something that's trying to enter, okay, if that can enter, you know that the good can enter too. The good is here, and that's why it's entering. It wants the good out of here, is what it wants. It wants to break humanity, is what it wants to do. You're fighting, yes, constantly. That's right, fighting the dark forces. Those forces are dark. They're dark energy. Dark energy, you all, dark matter. I think I read somewhere that sometimes, like when a star or something explodes or goes supernova, it can create like a black hole, something like that. And if you can create a black hole, would you not suck stuff in? Or would that like create like a portal too? Something like that. Please see your comment. Jungle Jane, protection of love. There's a lot of comments on here, Jungle Jane. Okay, I just cut that one part of your comment, you all, but at least you got this out. That's right, you all. At least you got your comment out. pieces of being, you posted pictures of being holding open a portal last week on Facebook. Concern, it's the real deal. 6 years ago, your panic attacks were dizziness, and it's all under control now. Okay, so these attacks that we're feeling against our body and stuff, our energy being drained, it is coming from the dark forces, you all. It is. And, this may sound like some kind of movie and stuff, but this ain't no movie, you all. This is real life. This is real life that we're dealing with. Okay, we're dealing with this happening too. We can look around. Sure, the world looks, it looks the same as we look with our eyes and stuff, but it don't feel the same because there's another presence. And there's did you ever, okay. You know how in the Lord of the Rings, they did their best to prepare the way for Sauron. Who was it? Was Sauron or Saruman? Whatever, the eye. He needed enough strength he had needed enough energy to come back in physical form. They said he still didn't have enough strength to take physical form right now. See, that's what they want, this thing to have that much strength. It is a time to be alive, that's right. No, it ain't no movie, DJ Digital. That's right, you have been abducted. Oh, you have an abduction story. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have, and those are real. Those are real. I have missing time. I have missing time when I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter on Highway 101, around 4.5 hours of missing time. I don't know what happened. All I saw was a bright light coming straight toward me as I was going around the mountain. That was it. I was just trying to get home. I didn't get home to 10:30 at night, you all. And my husband said, "Where you been?" And I said, "Well, I got lost." He said, "For 4.5 hours?" I said, "Well, yeah, that's all I remember. 4.5 hours on Highway 101 in California, a big bright light." And of course, when I was little, I seen a UFO when I was around, I don't know, 5 or so. The red, the blue, and whatever other kind of light it was at the playground. I saw it. You know, my grandmother was terrified of the men in black, and we thought she had lost her mind when we was little. Never heard of the men in black until now, until like 4 years ago. I started hearing about the men in black. I thought, well, she wasn't. She was terrified to even go out because of them. And I saw a man in black blocking my way coming home from school. I would always go across the creek, climb the cliff, and take a shortcut through the woods. But one day he was standing right there waiting at that very spot. Total black, and it was trench coat, slender. As I got closer to him, I thought, he's not moving. I ran the other way and took the sidewalk home. Yeah, you are. So this is not, it's bizarre. It's bizarre, you all, because this is worldwide what's happening. People are being affected worldwide is what's happening. I'm making my legs tired, but it's good. It's good to you all. Yeah, you all get this. What is the point of this live stream, Gina? Repeat it, please. The point of this live stream, Randy Savage. I can't even remember what my topic is, but did you feel it? All of a sudden, when I started the live stream, it was around 20 minutes ago, 20 minutes, whenever, a tiredness came on me all of a sudden, and all I wanted to do is lay down and go to sleep. That's what I said, and I thought, well, I'll just do it just for a little bit. I laid down for 1 minute, and I thought, I'm not laying down here. If I'm feeling sleepy all of a sudden and I can't hold my eyes open, surely someone else in the world is feeling the same thing that I'm feeling, you all. This is not normal. I don't take naps. I don't take naps. I keep going. But you know what? It's like a tiredness, like a sleepiness came over me all of a sudden. That's the whole point. And if you're looking at this live stream and you can't resonate with this, then it's not for you. Maybe you You don't understand, but it's real what's happening in the spiritual world, with people all around the world. Whether you're spiritual or not, it's happening, and you may not realize what's happening. That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness gracious, you all. Yeah, 30 minutes ago, Penny, honey, yes. We're coming into the sun phases. Yeah, and that sun's got a lot of stuff going on, and there's some kind of a signal frequency showing up in front of that sun, and around 6 something in the mornings is what's happening. And it's not normal. It is not normal to be happening. You felt it also. 4 hours ago, you have been so tired. So there are weapons that can do that. There are. That can literally do that. You know how you would walk around somebody, you could walk past somebody and they had such negative energy, they just literally sucked your energy out of you. Well, now this is on a much larger scale. It's not just a person walking by you that has the ability to suck your energy out of you to make you tired. This is a massive, massive entity is what it is. Okay, a massive, massive entity. And I'm really glad somebody said something is trying to enter, because something is trying to enter through a portal. And I think CERN plays a major role, since they're going 24/7 nonstop up until 2024 or 2025. And that takes a lot of electricity and stuff like that to do what they're doing. And the only reason you would want to do something 24/7 is you've got an obligation. You want to see something happen, to put so much effort into it, because you know you only have so much time. So you're just going full speed ahead, hoping to do that, to bring about whatever it is you're wanting to see. Oh, that breeze feels so wonderful, you all. It really does. We got to get ourselves wound up and awake is what we've got to do. To make sure we stay awake. Even though we're tired, we got to keep pressing on, you all. You press through that tiredness that comes on you all of a sudden. Say, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to do my best, to keep going. Okay? Yes. We're going to have to take control over it, despite how tired we get. And I know our bodies need to rest, and our bodies probably are. What are you? No. Why are you flying around me? I know our bodies are tired, and we need to rest, you all. Some more than other, but when it's not normal for you to get tired all of a sudden like that. It's not normal. Walking is the best. You bike and you're 58 years old, Vonda. I would love to ride my bike, but I'm not riding my bike down these country roads. I get hit by a car. I would, although the Amish, they have bikes that they can ride, but their bikes are a big scooter. It's a bicycle with a big scooter pad thing on it. CERN is using so much electricity, and this is why all of our energy prices are so high. Bingo! Bingo! Yes! Bingo! Right there. That's exactly right, you all. You hear that? Because they are like doubling. They're using so much energy. That's perfect. I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly right, because they have already forecasted. If the energy prices right now were compared to a barrel of oil, it would be $500 a barrel. That's what they said. It would be $500 a barrel if they were compared to it right now. That's exactly right. It makes perfect sense, because it takes a lot of energy, you all. It does. Blackouts in Germany. Oh my gosh. Planetary system coming in. You've been getting up at 4 in the morning about a week. Wow, Beth. Really weird about celebrities. You couldn't sleep. If you get tired, take a Becca Shaw. Tired YouTube Becca. It doesn't feel the same, you all. Dance. Well, dancing does raise the vibration. It does, you all. And the food you eat do play a major role also. But when the food you eat, that normally would give you energy is not giving you as much as you thought. That's so it's like a wake-up call. It is. You just got out in the sun and you feel better. Yes. The sun is so, it's therapeutic. It's very therapeutic, you all, is what it is. A Lion's Gate, is it, wait, is that tomorrow? Is the Lion's Gate tomorrow? Um, is that what it is on the 23rd? There was a white portal over his head and the sky was orange and red. Buy some bug spray. I don't want no bug spray. No. Oh, it was an 811. There's something. I know what 823 is. Somebody said 823. That you heard this rumor about the 823. They said 823. This is was going around 823. Some kind of an event was to take place, like maybe UFOs in the sky or something, or ships. Now I'm being serious. Something about exiting the Matrix, or somebody wrote some comments here on the YouTube, and I thought, that's right, I heard something about it. You all come down. Have you heard about the 23rd? That's tomorrow. There's rumors going around about the 23rd. And yes, the September the 3rd also. The September the 3rd also. Now, granted, even though these predictions are made by people or groups of people, it doesn't mean that it's going to pan out like that. It does not mean that, you all. But the mere fact that it's being put out there, that is what's troubling to me. That's worrisome to me. Why would you do that? Why would you put these dates out there? Who is doing all of this, you all? Because it's raising the anxiety of people. It is. It's doing all of it. Okay, a Lion's Gate, September the 3rd. That we use the fake Gregorian calendar. The new moon on the 27th. We are the frequencies, you all. That's right, you all. We are the frequencies. Well, I about ran my energy out now. I'm wide awake now. I am. CERN is almost at light speed. You can look it up. Oh my gosh. 186,000. Why you keep flying in front of me? 186,000 miles a second, you all. You wonder if they, oh, that's a good one, Thothosterian. You wonder if they said they shut the nuclear plants down. That's right. That's right. That's really good. Yeah. You have the power to hold the high frequency of love and light. That's right. We do. That's right, you all. If you're just tuning in, it was whenever this video started, 30 minutes ago, probably 50 minutes ago. I sit down. That's it. All of a sudden, I got so sleepy, I couldn't even hold my eyes open. And I thought, what is wrong with me? And then I came downstairs and I thought, wow, if I could just lay there and close my eyes just for a moment. So I laid my head on the couch and I put my feet up on the couch and I thought, wow, this is nice. But I thought, no, it's in the middle of the day. I'm not taking a nap. And if I'm feeling tired, somebody else is bound to be feeling tired all of a sudden. Because that's how it got. I couldn't hold my eyes open. So I made myself get up and get on here and ask that question. Did that happen to you? Did you get tired all of a sudden? You couldn't even hold your eyes open. You were fine, and then boom, that was all of you. Just like that, you all. Flies and mosquitoes are the spays. I don't know what the spays are, you all. I really don't know. It's overwhelming. Light travels at 168,000, 186,000 stuff, you all. The sleepiness happened to you midday yesterday, and you definitely noticed it too. Your eyes were closing trying to sit up. See, and that's not right. That's not right. That's not normal. Okay, we're not supposed to be taking naps in the middle of the day. We're not. Because certainly there's nothing that any of us are doing that's making us that sleepy in the middle of the day. Just like the person who works construction. on here who, like, they eat, they get so sleepy, they feel like they could just fall asleep. See, you're on your feet all the time. So that's right. Your energy is up and down, you all. So, and I just want to bring it back to your mind. Someone put the comment, something is trying to enter. And with that comment in here, you all, it's in the live stream, they said something is trying to enter. And it flew up the screen and I caught it with my eyes and I wrote it back down, and that resonates with my spirit, and it probably resonates with your spirit too. Something is trying to enter our realm, and some things are wanting to help it enter our realm. And it's not alone. It's already got help from the other side, you all. This side, something and someone's on this side is trying to help that massive thing, energy, entity into our realm. That's what's happening. Okay. You got, okay, you all. So, yeah. Shifting it, 333, a very large shape shipping ship could enter a spawned weird weather. Yes, it can, Dark Messiah. That's right. It can enter and spawn dark weather. I totally agree with you on that. They're powerful. They're very powerful. I don't have a problem with saying they're powerful because I know they're powerful. I can see what they've done. You people have captured these things like that in pictures and on videos. Yeah, whatever's entering, it's here to help. Let's hope and pray that it's here to help. It's going to help someone. That's right. But it's powerful. Whatever it is extremely powerful. And it needs our energy. Okay. If it was here to help, it wouldn't, if it was that powerful and it was here to help, I don't think it would need our energy. I really don't. I really don't. Because we've got light energy. Because it would be greater than our light, and it would be full of light, and it would not drain our energy if whatever was to enter was here to help. Okay? If it was of the darkness, it would literally try to suck out as much of our light as possible. If it were of the light, it would not need our light to enter. It would not, because it would be powerful enough to cross through without any help of ours. That's how I feel. But on the other side, if there is something that's going to enter, I would hope and pray that it had humanity's best interest at heart. That's what I would hope, and that it would help humanity and rid humanity of the evil and the darkness that is seeking to take humanity down. That's what I would hope. The energy was weird this morning. That's right, you all. It reminds you of the movie The Body Snatchers, where they need... Are you serious? They need you to sleep? I've never watched that movie, The Body Snatchers. I don't think I would watch it. If it literally had an evil or a dark overture to it, I would not watch it, because I know that spirit, it could use that TV or whatever as a portal. No, I couldn't watch it, but thank you for letting me know that. I've heard of the Body Snatchers, but I didn't know that about it, you all. Yeah, we got to help each other. Everyone will have a different experience based on their frequency. I do believe that too, in everyday life, a different experience. I do. Soul swaps, planetary gravity waves would push cloud formations into lines, and they can be enhanced by CMEs. The energy is cooking us. It's so hot. So if you're all just tuning in, yes, did you get sleepy all of a sudden? Where you just wanted to close, you couldn't hold your eyes open, you just wanted to lay down in the middle of the day? Sleep. Chances are when you do that, you fall into a deep, deep sleep. and you have trouble waking up. A lot of trouble. In fact, it's a struggle because you can see yourself in your dreams struggling to wake yourself up from an induced sleep. That's what it is, an induced sleep. You were put into a deep sleep. That's what happens when you are struggling and struggling to wake up. You were forced into that dream state, you all. Sleep paralysis, that's right. Yeah, it was forced upon you. And it's hard to fight that back, especially when you literally cannot hold your eyes open. It is so, so hard. Did you see that? Did you see something just now fly across my screen like a dark shadow or something? I saw something fly across here. That's my favorite wind chime. 5 times. I don't think it was that little bitty sweat bee. I don't think it was that, but I think this one was like this big. That big that flew across me like that. Like poof, right there. Okay, I seen it. I have to go back in the video. It's at the around the 41 minute mark or 40 minute mark when that happened, you all. Sometimes, Bowman, you're falling asleep. They don't like you. You get positive. Oh my goodness, that's not good. The clouds here are fine. Okay, they're kind of fine now here where I'm at. All day long, we've had a white sky, you all. And it felt kind of heavy out, is what it felt like. But it doesn't feel that heavy anymore, you all, it doesn't. Get something out of your system as soon as possible. Humanity is evolving. We're ever evolving within our being. A lot of anger coming out of people. When you're pushed to the limit, that's what you're going to see at times from some people. A weird silence today. Magnesium and drinking alkaline water big time. Your body needs it. You went back to sleep, oh my gosh, till 11 a.m. People are off. Your wife and I have assistance to sleep hours. Oh my gosh, you all. Yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, you all. Are the magnetics being messed with? Phoenix, are the magnetics being messed with? You had nightmares and lucid dream state last night, dizzy, sleepy. You're wondering if it's magnetics. It probably is. It probably is. And with whatever it is in front of that sun, looks like signals, some type of signals, some type of frequency signals is in front of that sun every morning around 6 something. And they are starting to like hide that pattern on some of their products. But it's still happening, you all. Every morning, some types of frequency coming out. It's been going on for around a month. Something is happening in the skies above, and it's affecting us here on Earth. Yes, you have to go, Lore. I'm gonna have to go too, you all. I'm making myself get thirsty. CERN is messing with Earth's magnetics. That's right, because it runs on magnetics too. What if it causes the Earth to flip its poles, the magnetic poles? Because I don't know about that. Energy drinks, stay away from the bull. I've seen that on there, you all. I have. Stay away from it. I don't know Xenu. Love you all too. I am going to go, you all, but I started this video off. It was like 20 minutes before I came on here. I sat down for just a brief moment. All all of a sudden, I got so tired. I got so sleepy. My eyes wanted to close by themselves. And I thought, I just want to lay down. And I walked into the kitchen. I thought, well, I'll just lay down on the couch. I'll grab that pillow and I'll just lay there and it felt so nice. So I laid there for 1 minute and I thought, no, no, it's the middle of the day. It's around 3 o'clock. I'm not going to lay here and take a nap. I'm not going to sleep. So I thought, if I'm feeling it, I want to see if other people are feeling it too, because they're bound to be feeling the same thing. And other people have experienced extreme tiredness and sleepiness all of a sudden. And you have to fight it. You have got to fight it. CERN is why this earth is speeding up. It is good to share, Susan, honey, with one another. Absolutely. Okay, you all, I am going to go, and just be ever vigilant and always be aware. Pay attention to how you're feeling. And if it's something that you're feeling that you ain't normally feeling, make note of it. Make note of it. And if you hear other people experiencing the same thing, make a double note of it, because something's not right. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Susan, honey, for being on here. Thank you all for your comments. Continue to comment. You all give this video a thumbs up, because if we're feeling it, a lot of other people are feeling it too, and they may not be aware that this is worldwide, that something major, major, major is happening. Have a wonderful afternoon.